Hello, anti-novelists, curious onlookers and friends. Welcome back to this episode of Zettelkasten for Fiction, where imagination finds order. So yesterday we discussed a little bit about a kind of microfiction. We talked about flash fiction, 100-word maximum writing stories. So I have a little treat for you. I have reached out to a lovely gentleman writer across the pond. He's over in the UK. His name is Kieren Westwood, and he has given me permission to excerpt and refer to his body of work in the book that I'm writing for you. Kieren is a powerhouse when it comes to the microfiction, short fiction form. He has issued challenges. He's written an amazing book, which I'm going to show you in just a second. He is a master, in my opinion, at distilling broad concepts down to that slice of life moment that creates a great story that grips you, engages you, and makes you want to read more. So, with that said, let's take a look at a question that showed up it was on another video, but it was in regards to this topic. How can you use short forms in order to lead yourself down the path of a longer form? This viewer, Cynthia, didn't quite see the application. Well, Cynthia, you couldn't have asked at a better time, because my dear friend Kieren has answered that question for us with his novella in Flash titled Gold Fury. This, my friends, is genius. When writing in short fiction, especially in microfiction, flash fiction, you want something that provides a unifying element through that story. So, for example, over on his YouTube channel, which I will link below, I highly recommend it, Kieren argues that you need something that guides you through a long work when you're using shorter works to make it up. Now, the cool thing about this is, check it out. His symbol, his metaphor for this is a novel is basically a road. It's one paved path that twists and turns and guides you through the story. Flash fiction, however, can provide that same path, but instead of a contiguous twisting and turning road, it's a set of stepping stones, each one building upon the next one, but without that one paved road connectivity. That, my friends, is a genius metaphor. Because what he's done with Gold Fury is, spoiler, Gold Fury, the title, refers to the main symbol or connective tissue in that book, which is a gold Plymouth Fury automobile. So it's not a character that we're following along his stepping stones through the story. It's the owners of this car. How awesome is that? I love that so much. That is really honing your craft as a writer and developing a strong theme, a strong symbol or something to connect the story together, and then using that as the framework on which you hang your microfiction or your flash fiction smaller bits. All right? So, a novella in Flash is just what it says. It's using little bits of flash fiction in order to drive the reader through the story by using one central element that connects it all together. So it's just an extended work made up of tiny subparts. So some of the important hallmarks are the overplot or the structure is way less important than it would be in a novel, which requires traditionally those plot points or those beats to lead you through it. That's what the reader is expecting. But with this form, which is more experimental, it's a fresher form, you can get away with a different kind of structure. Kieren also points out that there is a theme or a motif that serves as a key, as I've already said. And you can have lots of different characters. You can have characters popping in and popping out. You don't need that same through line of character arc or character growth that one would expect from a traditionally structured novel. So I'm going to pop right over here and give you a peek at his channel. This, my friends, is Kieren Westwood. You can see, oh, come on, focus for me. There we go. That is my guy. and he's got a ton of shorts. He's got amazing, quick, bite-sized videos, no pun intended, I'm sure, that walk you through this process of creating microfiction, flash fiction, super short forms. And then he also has a Writers Institute and does all kinds of great coaching, as well as editing. So he's a one-stop shop, a triple threat. He is a guy worth taking a look at. So I'm going to leave you there today because I think this is a terrific example that wraps up into a lovely package of someone who has embraced this form and is really making it work for them. With that, tomorrow we will continue on down the road toward other kinds of what I call slice of life fiction or short forms that you can use your Zettelkasten to develop, which will ultimately, if you choose, drive you further down that road of writing long form fiction. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that I have amazing authors and co-creators that are willing to allow me to point to their work, because I think it's going to give you a much richer experience and a lot of great examples of what you could possibly do with these forms. So I will leave you there for today, and I will see you tomorrow.